Hello friends. In the earlier history class, we have discussed introduction of history and Indus Valley civilization. Now in continuation to Indus Valley civilization, we discuss about the Aryans and the Vedic age. This age is between 1500 BC to 600 BC friends, and earlier age was Indus Valley civilization. Fine. So in this Aryans and Vedic age, there are two parts what we are going to discuss, that is Rigvedic period and early Vedic period. We say it is from 1500 BC to 1000 BC, and the second one is later Vedic period, that is 1000 BC to 600 BC. So before getting into the topic, first what we do is we try to know the meaning of word Aryan, and as well as what is importance in this period. And some of the questions have been asked in this period in the exam in SSC CGL. We'll discuss those questions at the end of the topic. Yeah, fine. So the word Aryan means it means simply high birth, and the Veda, that's the Vedic period we are saying. This Veda means knowledge. Why this is Aryan age means because Aryans have settled throughout this period, and they have been in India throughout this period. That is the reason we are calling it as Aryan period. We have seen that in Indus Valley civilization, that Aryans what is the cause of destruction of Indus Valley civilization is Aryans might have invaded Indus Valley people, so that it would have been destructed. So that is the reason that Aryans have come down. So now we are discussing about Aryans, right? The word Aryan means high birth, and Veda means knowledge of conscience. It's a conscience of knowledge of conscience, and they are mainly the Aryans, those people who have settled in India. Those are mainly cattle keepers. The basic profession is cattle keepers, and the location of their original home of Aryans remains still controversial. Nobody knows where they have come from, but there are some theories. Some people have said some things, like Max Muller. He said Aryans came from Central Asia. They have come from Central Asia. That is given by Max Muller. And Balagangadhar Tilak, he said that Aryans are from Europe and Arctic region. So these are the famous theories. Some of the questions, sometimes the questions might be asked in the exam, that who proposed that Aryans have come from Central Asia, Max Muller, in such a way. Yeah, and we have seen that they settled in 2000 to 1500 BC in eastern Afghanistan, modern Pakistan, and Punjab and western UP. This region, why these people have settled in Afghanistan, modern Pakistan, Punjab, and western UP means this region consisting of seven rivers. Those region is called land of seven rivers, and we call it as a Sapta Sindhva also. So this region is popularly known as Sapta Sindhva. Fine, friends. So these are the pictures. What you can see that Aryans where they have settled. This again like just Indus Valley civilization. So you can see some rivers over there, and this is a probable movement of Aryans into India. Some from they might have come from Iran, Tajikistan. This from Central Asia. This from other places. So these are the places where they settled. It could be the reason. These are the just pictorial depictions. Yeah, so in this Aryans invasion, one thing is very important, that Bogachkai inscription, this as Asia Minor we say that this, what is the importance of this inscription is, it mentions the four Vedic gods, those are Indra, Varuna, Mitra, Nasatyas. So proves Central Asia as their homeland. This inscription clearly saying that Central Asia is there as their homeland, and earlier we have seen that Max Muller said that Central Asia, and Balagangadhar Tilak said that they came from Europe. So because based on this inscription, Bogachkai inscription, we can say that it's very clearly established that Central Asia is their homeland. Yeah. So in this Aryans age, friends, what is very important is their literature, Vedic literature. Vedic literature has been immensely important as per the examination part is considered. So Vedic literature comprises of four literary productions. One thing is Vedas or Samhitas, we say. Vedas, we are well aware of these Vedas. And second one is Brahmanas, and third one is Aranyakas, and the fourth one is Upanishads. The above literary Vedic literature is called Shruti, means passed to one generation to another generation orally. These are some of these things are passed. The Vedic literature is being divided into two parts. One is Shruti, second one is Smruti. So we will be discussing all those things in later pages. So Shruti means it is passed from one generation to other generation. Like as grandfather has told a story to father, then father has told the same story to son. So that's how it's passed on orally from one generation to other generation. That is called Shruti. Yeah, Vedas. We'll discuss about Vedas. These are sacred books of Aryans, and the main important Veda is Rig Veda. It's a collection of hymns and spiritual song. We say hymns means spiritual song. It claimed to be the oldest book in the world. This Rig Veda is claimed to be the oldest book in the world, and it is also called the first testament of mankind. This is the first testament of mankind. We say Rig Veda, and from 1500 BC to 1000 BC, as we have seen in the slides, the first part is called Rigvedic period. Whatever we have seen. So we have seen this thing like the initial first we said Rigvedic period is from 1500 BC to, so from 1500 BC to 1000 BC the only thing literature available is Rig Veda. Yeah, it has total 1028 hymns or spiritual songs and divided into 10 mandals. This has been divided into 10 mandals, and the important mandal what we have to discuss, what we need to remember is the last 10th mandal. It has Purusha Sukta, like what is important for a human, and which explains in 4 varnas at that time, not now also, at that time what is important, and it explains clearly about 4 varnas. One is Brahmana and Kshatriya, Vaishya and Shudra. See friends, this chronological order is very important. In Rig Veda, Brahmana was treated as the most important person, then Kshatriya. Kshatriya means king, we say. Vaishya means the one who does business. Brahmana means like is a priest. So in Rig Veda, priest is having the most importance, and these mandalas have been divided in term on the basis of their occupation, on the basis of their occupation. There was a one inscription which was which is available, and it is clearly said that these varnas have been based on their occupation. Means if let us suppose a family is there, like a father, mother and son. If mother is doing like business, then she is called Vaishya. If father is working as a priest, then he is called a Brahmana. If son is ruling some land, then he is called a Kshatriya. That is how. It's based on the occupation, not based on the birth in a particular caste. It's not like caste, it's based on the occupation. So varnas are being created. So, and in this period, friends, Indra was the main god. And as every Veda is having a Upveda, and for the Rig Veda, the Upveda is Ayurveda, and Ayurveda deals with the medicine. Yes. That is about Rig Veda. And second one is Samaveda. It's a book of melodies, we say, or songs. It's earlier a spiritual song, simply songs. It's a collection of melodies, and it contains Drupad Raga. Drupad Raga is very important. These hymns were recited by Udkhatri, and Upveda for this is Gandharva Veda, and deals with art and music. Which Veda deals with art and music means Samaveda, and the Upveda is Gandharva Veda. Which Veda deals with songs, it's Samaveda. Yajurveda means book of sacrifices. It's been divided into 2 parts, and one is black Yajurveda, like black means Krishna, we say. Krishna Yajurveda, it is written in prose, it is written in a descriptive way, and Shukla means white. The Shukla Yajurveda is written in verse, means it's completely in poems. So, and it is having one more Upveda, that is Dhanurveda, deals with art or warfare, art of warfare. Yeah, Samaveda is very important, friends, because it's a collection of songs. Question may be asked, which of the Veda, following Veda tells about the songs? It is Samaveda. And Yajurveda, it's a book of sacrifices. Many times there was a question on like, so the Veda which is in prose and verse means it's Yajurveda. It's been divided into 2 parts. One is Krishna Yajurveda, and second one is Shukla Yajurveda. And it is having one Upaveda that is called Dhanurveda. It deals with art of warfare. And there is a 4th Veda, that is Adharveda. That's a book of magical formulae. It contains charms and like magical formulae. If someone you might have experienced, if someone gets headache, someone will come and they'll chant a mantra, then your headache will go off. That kind of charms, that kind of things are there in this Adharva Veda. So that's important. Like it contains charms and spells to ward off evils, like the mantras and every kind of thing is been there in Adharva Veda. And diseases. I've given example, not exactly that. I've given example. That's it. It also has description about goldsmithy and blacksmith and organized agriculture. Organized agriculture was also there in Adharva Veda. And the Upaveda is Shastra. Shastra means it's a war, military. Shastra means like it's a weapon Shastra means it's a military, it deals with military technology. So Samaveda, it has having one Upaveda, it's a Gandharva Veda. Samaveda deals with book of melodies or songs, and Yajurveda deals with book of its sacrifices, and Adharva Veda deals with magical formulae. Yes friends. Then next one is, this is about the Vedas. As we said, there are 4 parts. One is Vedas and second one is Brahmanas. What is the meaning of Brahmana? Brahmana means sacrifice. And these are all prose commentaries on various Vedic hymns. Whatever the Vedic hymns were there in whatever the Vedic hymns are there in Vedas, they were explained in this Brahmanas. And every Veda has several Brahmanas attached to it. Like these are linked, interlinked to Vedas. These Brahmanas are, and Aitreya and Kaushitaki is related to Rig Veda, and Tanya Mahabrahmana and Jaiminya is related to Samaveda. Every, like that's what, every Veda has a several Brahmanas, and important Vedas we are discussing here, important Brahmanas we are discussing here. And Rig Veda is having Aitreya or Kaushitki, and Samaveda is having Tanya Mahabrahmana and Jaiminya, and Yajurveda is having Taitreya, the oldest. Taitreya is very important because it is the oldest and the largest Brahmana, and Gopada is related to Atharva Veda. So these are the Brahmanas, friends. Gopada is related to other Veda, right? So next one is Upanishad. The literal meaning of the Upanishad is very sitting close to a guru to learn. Sitting close to guru is nothing but the Upanishad. That is what the meaning of Upanishad. The word meaning of the word Upanishad. Yeah, these are spiritual and philosophical in nature, and they reveal the aim of karma, atma, brahma, origin of the universe. They reveal all these things: karma, what thing to do, what not to do, what is atma, what is brahma. There are 108 Upanishads, and there are some important Upanishads. 108 are not important. There are some important for examination purpose. We are not discussing the history entirely. We are discussing the history which is important for exam. So, which is very important. It's why these are important, I'll tell you. See, there was a question, even in civil service, there was a question asked in civil services in 2014. That the question was like, Satyameva Jayate was taken from which Upanishad, from which of the following? There were 4 options. That was taken from Mundakopanishad. Mundakopanishad was the origin of Satyameva Jayate. And Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya, it could be asked in the exam. It was Bruhadranyaka Upanishad. Bruhadranyaka Upanishad was that from this Upanishad Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya was taken. Bruhadranyaka. And Mundaka Upanishad, Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya, Satyameva Jayate was taken from Mundaka Upanishad. Yeah, and these Upanishads have been converted into Persian language. It was done by Shah Jahan's eldest son. He was Darushako. He has translated Upanishads into Persian language. So that is important of Upanishads. And as we said that whatever the things we have discussed, those are based on Shruti. Now we will discuss about the based on Shruti. Means whatever they remember, they pass it on to the generations. Those were like stories. These were like written things. They are like I will discuss one by one. The Vedangas. The first one is Vedangas. These are treatises of science and arts. There are 6 sutras. Vedangas are sutras. Both are same. Important is Vedic mathematics. These sutras will they say the stories of science and arts. So importance of science and arts is discussed in this Vedangas. And the important thing is Vedic mathematics. We know now it's very popular in nowadays. Vedic mathematics. This was described in Sulva Sutra. That is very important for Vedic mathematics. And there are 6 famous Smritis. Important is Manu Smriti, and Manu is supposed to be who is Manu? That he described about. He tells about everything like what is caste and everything. We'll see in the next class. So Manu is supposed to be the first king, and the lawmaker is supposed to be the first king as per these written things. And there are Puranas. There are 18 Puranas, friends. These include mythology, folk beliefs, etc. And the oldest Purana is Matsya Purana. That we say that in Hindu culture, it's that is the origin of God. Matsya Purana. It's the oldest. And other important Puranas are Vishnu, Vayu, and Bhagavatam, etc. So there are epics, mainly 2 epics we have. One is Ramayana and the second one is Mahabharata. So Ramayana is also known as Adikavya, written by Valmiki, and it consists of 24,000 slokas, friends, and 7 kandas. And 7th one is the last to be added, I suppose. Yeah, Mahabharata is the longest epic of the world. It's the longest epic of the world. It is having another names also. One is Panchama Veda, one is Shatasahasra Samhita, and third one is Jaya Samhita. Jaya Samhita, if someone says Jaya Samhita, then don't confuse, it's Mahabharata only. Someone says Shatasahasra Samhita, then it's also Mahabharata only. Someone says Panchama Veda, it's also Mahabharata only. Don't confuse. So Mahabharata is having how many names? 3 names. One is Jaya Samhita, Shatasahasra Samhita, and Panchama Veda. It is having 1 lakh slokas. That is the reason it is called Shatasahasra Samhita. Sahasra means 1000, Shata means 100. 100,000 slokas. So Shatasahasra, 100 thousands. So 100,000 means 1 lakh. 1 lakh shlokas. So it is Shata Sahasra Samhita. Bhagavad Gita extracted from. So what is important things from this Mahabharata means. So out of this Bhagavad Gita is extracted from Bhishma Parva, and Shanti Parva is the largest Parva. Which is the largest Parva in Mahabharata means it is a Shanti Parva. And from which Parva that Bhagavad Gita has been extracted? It's a Bhishma Parva. Sometimes the questions can be asked on this. Yeah, friends. So what we have discussed so far is, we have discussed Brahmanas. Again, I am repeating. We discussed Vedas, Rig Veda, Samaveda, Yajurveda, Other Veda. The importance is Rig Veda is collection of hymns, and Samaveda is collection of songs, and Yajurveda is a collection of book of sacrifices, and Other Veda is magical formulae. And Brahmanas means sacrifice, and important. Every Brahmana is attached to some Veda. So Rig Veda attached to the Brahmanas attached to Rig Veda are Aitreya and Kaushitki. And the Brahmanas attached to Samaveda, Tanya Mahabrahmana or Jaiminya, and the Brahmanas attached to Yajurveda, that is Shatapata and Taitreya. Taitreya is the oldest and the largest, and the Brahmana attached to Other Veda is Gopata. Yeah. Then Upanishad means sitting close to Guru, and there are 108 Upanishads. Important are Bruhadranyaka, and one is Mundakopanishad. Bruhadranyaka, it is Tamasoma Jyotirgama is taken from that Upanishad, and Satyameva Jayate is taken from Mundakopanishad. And a literature based on Smriti, one is Vedangas, second one is Puranas, third one is epics. So in Vedangas, what we have 6 sutra. There are 6 sutras. Out of this, is Sulva Sutra is very important because it describes about Vedic mathematics. And 6 famous Smritis. The important is Manu Smriti, and Manu is supposed to be the first king and the lawmaker. And Puranas, there are 18 Puranas. These include mythology also: Vishnu Purana, Bhagavatam, Matsya Purana. Matsya Purana is the oldest. And epics, only 2 epics. One is Ramayana, that Adikavya, it is written by Valmiki, and Mahabharata, longest epic, and it is having 1 lakh shlokas, and Bhagavad Gita is extracted from Bhishma Parva out of Mahabharata. Shanti Parva is the longest Parva. So these are the questions which were asked in the exam so far. The origin of the Indian music could be traced to, like we have seen that Samavedic Samhita, Samaveda. And the most important text of Vedic mathematics is Sulva Sutra. The word Satyameva Jayate in the state emblem of India were taken from Mundakopanishad. So you can directly say Upanishads. If particular thing is asked, it's a Mundakopanishad. And Bogajka is important because it mentions about the inscriptions found here, mentions the names of the gods and goddesses. So this is about the topic Vedic culture, Vedic Aryans or Vedic period. Out of this, what we have discussed, Vedic literature we have discussed. So in these 2 parts, there are 2 parts, like one is early Vedic period and the later Vedic period. Early Vedic period, later Vedic period, we will be discussing in the next class with the differences between them. So that's it, friends. Thank you very much. Stay tuned to VFocus and subscribe VFocus classes on YouTube.